Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk Empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Today I feel pretty good, I must say. I got some stuff done. I got some stuff in order. Virgo is a verb. I've heard a couple of readers say that, and I'm like, oh my god, that so makes sense. If you're a Virgo, that probably makes sense to you too. And if you know Virgo like I know Virgo, a supporter of the tube got me these, and I was letting them get some sun, get some fresh air. Oh my god, they smell. Oh my god, I love flowers so much. Who needs people when flowers are on the earth? I'm just kidding. I want to take a moment to invite God into the room, into the chat, because I am for God. And that's a new little thing I like to do. I like to bring him into the room. Stanley's back there. Invite God into the room to be with us for anyone who needs him or doesn't. It just helps me, keeps me accountable, keeps me from cussing so much and stuff like that. I'm gonna put these flowers back in the sun. A friend on the tube, a friend of the tubes, freaking sent those to me and Ma to make us feel better, and boy do they work, and they just keep working, man. Flowers, I love planting flowers for people too, you know, in spring, because it's the gift that keeps on giving, man. Flowers are just, they raise your vibe, man. They get you to a place, they frequentially, fragrantly, it'll take you to a place that you once been before. You like my hat? This is my Grand Canyon hat. This is what the recommended kind of hat they recommend you get if you go down the western expeditions in Grand Canyon. It's the only time I wore it. I've been packing stuff up. I took a haul to the dump. Oh my goodness. It was an hour round trip. I was the longest I ever had to wait, man, because a bunch of people are freaking... Everybody's shifting. It's the fall equinox. Everything's getting in balance. People are getting rid of shit that once and for all that no longer serves them. In a literal and metaphor, whatever, all the senses you can muster. That's what it's happening in. Everybody's raising their vibe, and well, some aren't handling it too good. Mom has Virgo today, and I was watching Master Splinter. He had an episode of Vertigo the other day. It's animals and, you know, elders, man, and kids, extra sensitives, man. You got to make sure they're grounded. You got to put people outside. Let them get under a tree, get some fresh air. Let them know, get their bearings. You know, energy's weird right now. People are having a lot of accidents because they're not being present where their hands are. I burned my hand today. Well, it's not bad, but the water was too hot for my skin, but I had lotion. So I put some of that on. I burned my hand so many times. Freaking putting people out, got caught on fire. I just always, I just do stuff, and then it's like, oh, the consequence. Ow, that's how people get hurt. Okay. So you gotta look out for the elders, in the community that are shut in and that can't get out. It's like, it's just real tough on them. Mom had an upset stomach, had a bug. I just prayed on her over her. I'm like, whatever is ailing my mom, get out of her. Get out of her. She has got an upset bug, that's an upset stomach, and all you can do is make them comfortable, love them while you got them. That was a weird noise. What was I going to talk about this evening? Did I have notes? Did I make notes? I only got to meditate. See, the energy was so wild, I only got to meditate like an hour and or not even an hour, 45 minutes, like 43 minutes, and I was like, no, I ain't even going to try it. So I got up and I got busy, and that's when I loaded up the truck and went to the dump. And then it was like there's so many people there. Oh my gosh. But people are slowly degrading. People are coming into their truths and their justices, and I love seeing these chats. I love seeing those rooms grow, And some of these guys, man, their talks, like Top Dog or Big Dog or whatever his name is, Tiny Dog. Like frickin', they go for like 4 hours and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. There's other stuff I got to do. Kitty, 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 kitty. And he's gonna go jump over the fence, and I don't want to put him in. It's too nice, Cindy. Stanley. Good cat. Good cat. He's feeling all the spirits. His tail's fluffy. He's got all the. He's on high alert since it. It's all the ghosts of our ancestors are tapping on their shoulders. They're all around. They're all resurrecting. They're all going. Are we living in a free country yet? Are we living on a freer earth yet? Or are we still living that draconian freaking storyline where of control and nastiness? But it's gonna take some time for people to see the truth and recognize it for what it is, and that all the Bible stuff, it's all real, man. And that the first true science is astrology, and it's all based on godly principles and doing the right thing and self-governance and all that stuff. But clearly people haven't gotten the self-governance power. I mean, you don't walk into stores, you don't steal, you don't lie, you don't cheat, you just don't do things that make people feel bad. And we created a planet where money has become far more important than human beings and human spirits, and it's become a marketing tool and a commodity and edible, and it's disgusting. Yep. Rules and regulations. The rules and regulations have really gotten out of whole control because mostly people want to just live their lives and provide for their family and work hard. But at one point it was far more balanced because people were you work 8 hours and then you got the rest of your life. But that ain't the world anymore. Now it's like we got to work extra hours to pay the millionaires so millionaires can get richer and billionaires can get billionaire. And it's all for and it's all to sell people. It's all for trafficking. It's all to perpetuate ego stuff, and there is no spirit in that. And now Jesus and God, religion is coming back into people's hearts. Belief systems are coming back into people's hearts. People are getting a higher power. They're calling it whatever they want. They're using. A lot of people are using astrology. A lot of people are finding their faith in God again. They're getting back into the Bible again. They're getting back into the Bible the first time. People are just looking for solutions, right? They're getting quiet because they're figuring out that the ways that they've been doing stuff, it ain't been working for years and years and years. So now we got to do stuff different. Cause I mean, come on, man. Let's call things for what they really are. All right. That dude running for president is straight up elder abuse, and it made me feel good when I heard the body language whisperer. She does videos. Congratulations on your new addition to your family. She's had a little baby not too long ago, and she was doing a talk with Biden, like interpretation. Dude, he's a puppet, man. He's got people in his. He's a puppet, Let the man just go sit on his freaking couch, watch TV, bitch about the glory days, and freaking keep him away from kids because actually lock him up. Actually, why is he running for president? The dude's a freaking straight up freaking deviant, and he's running for president, but this is all the stuff that's coming out, because it's all the stuff that's trickled out. Look at all the arrests that have been happening over the last several years, and you think of that old, and pass it, and they told on their friends, and they told on their friends, and so on, and so on, and they told on, and look at all the people that aren't being seen anymore, and the people that are being figured out for who they are. Dude, it is so weird to see Hollywood fall in the manner in which it's falling. It's bittersweet though, because the way I see it, because we're going back to people creating the individuals and not being barred, you know, and like people will get awards from their peers not because you know of the dirt that they have on and that you were freaking willing to eat somebody's freaking baby or something, you know, and you're in that kind of satanic club and you got clout, you know, and it's all the bros club and they all got their medals of honor and they all got their, you know, they all got their pictures with hanging out with all the same people, you know, and all that. All the people are doing nasty stuff at the parties, and people are figuring it out. Those after parties, man. You'll straight up lose your soul at those after parties. I always like my sleep too much. I've seen some pretty nasty stuff, though. I've seen some pretty gnarly stuff. Like, I never got, it's just like I see it and then I'm like, I ain't into it, and then I bounce out. Like, they used to have goth night in this bar in Sacramento. Well, this dude freaking straight up freaking nailed his nuts to a board. That's no other way to say it besides that. He nailed that. It was some S&M freaking goth show, and that was the show. He freaking, and I was like, that's it, I'm done. And this ain't my crowd. No, none of that stuff is for me. And I make sure that the whole world knows it. So, evil, nasty shit, you know. I'm an artist, but it's like, when you see the representations of what people do in art, they are just creating scenarios in their head. So if they're doing this really dark, nasty, crazy stuff, they're probably in psychology with egos. Yeah, if they have the means, they're gonna do that stuff. Straight up hunting kids, freaking in the wood. It's all true. It's all real. And 800,000 kids in the United States alone go missing a year. And it's just like, you know, but there's so many agencies and so many police and so many, you know, that nobody should ever disappear with this many security personnel. But it's just like, oh wait, they perpetuate the whole thing. Oh. Okay, because if somebody's not going to be for it or against it, they're probably for it. And I'm adamantly against it because I've been on the receiving end of that stuff, and it's all nasty, dirty. Nasty, dirty. And the thing of it is people like me grew up in Redding, and, you know, Lost Lanes and all that stuff. It's right below, right down the hill from Masonic Temple. Right down below. Right, like, you know. It's all latitude and longitude, folks. It's all what you're in alignment with, and, you know, and oh, the world is a glorious, glorious, wondrous place. People are starting to figure it out. I'm like, didn't everybody see the Da Vinci Code? You know, stuff like that. I'm like, stuff is all real. It's all true. It's all smoke. It's all mirrors, illusions. You know, it's whatever you fall into alignment with. That's going to create your reality. And my alignment is heaven on earth. That's my heart space frequency of living, you know, in a rural area where I can just, you know, we could trade cookies and vegetables and eggs and poultry or whatever, you know, fish, just trade stuff. Oh, hey, I got this, you got this, you know. Have places in the local community where people just go and just trade stuff, you know. But, you know, so we can just have our times for ourselves and our families and not live so much for some evil entity that serves frickin' Satan. Because that's what all the economic systems, that's what, you know, the Jesuits, the more, they all got their nasty stuff in. Hey, there's a lot of good stuff in there. There's a lot of good stuff in religion. I mean, it gives people something to believe in a faith bigger themselves, and it gets, you know, whatever gets people to God's source, whatever. It's just the dastardly and the damned in there that have to ruin it for everybody else. There's always a group of people that just gotta wreck everything for everybody else, and it's usually the antagonists, the evildoers. Man, people who just like to stir the pot. I freaking hate those people, man. Life was hard enough, and you're just gonna come in and just like not do any favors to people in life just because you don't feel like it. Just the perpetual asshole. I've had to deal with them my whole life. They're exhausting. It's like, just fucking soothe yourself so you can freaking dick and be good to other human beings, for crying out loud. Yeah. So, oh, I saw a freaking new variety of a freaking, I swear, I've never seen one. New to me variety. And there's going to be new species and new, it's the old new earth, you know, it's the earth, how it was supposed to be is what we're moving into, is how I feel like it. Like if if the colonists would have come over and then like the Native Americans would have had a more late and we would have freaking kicked their asses and then just, you know, continued on to a free country without the blue bloods and the controllers and the lizard people with their tunnels and their edibles with their natural flavoring. Never eating oatmeal again. Anyway, so the darkness is being revealed, you know, and it's just like, and it's the thing of it is these these evil doers, they're freaking they're all the, you know, they're all the freaking grandmas, grandpas. It's just, you just never suspect who's freaking eating people's faces next to you, you know, because cannibalism is so. I mean, come on, let's be real. Honestly, people, even if you're Catholic, Mass is eating the representation of flesh of Christ and drinking the representation of Christ's blood. So if you don't think if people do that in a pretend way, that there's parts of that group that aren't doing that in a real way to get the secret or the benefits of doing the dastardly, because they get special powers and all kinds of shit from freaking doing the dirty thing of it is, you forgot, when you forgot, you get that too. You get the same stuff, only you're not hurting people to do it. You're not hurting people to do it. And if you have to hurt things to get money, property, prestige, shit that you can't take with you into the next incarnate, then you ain't doing stuff for the right reason. You're just not. You can rationalize it, and I got built. It's the heart space, you know. And I like the people that are congruent with the folks that are more about, you know, getting messages and truths out there than making money. You know, they just want people to be safe and like, hey, you know, this is like symbolism and stuff like that. This is what you need to, you know, like key in and don't drink the Kool-Aid. Wonder if he got grounded. But we're seeing who the people that have sold their souls. You know, we're seeing who they are. You know, all the juicy chrome storylines and stuff like that. You know, and we're seeing who the people that really care about people. I really like Nora Jones. She always puts out stuff in the right time, you know. And the people that know what's up, they put stuff out when the energy's really hard and things are tough. That's when they release it. Not like when everything's great and everybody's up here and then you put an album out because they buy it because everybody's up here. No, the real earth practitioners, the real healers are the ones that give offerings in darkness. And people are starting to see the difference. They really are. They really are. So, Mom said that her stomach was feeling better when I last went in and checked on her. I got her a little, I think it's the ice cream. I got her this crap ice cream, and she's just too sensitive. She deserves better than crap ice cream, so. Let's go see. The sky's doing freaking wild things today. I wish I was a reader. Fragine, thank you. I got that card. I was going to read the card. I want to get the card that I got today. See, I love cars and stuff like this. I used to just freaking be one of those that freaking gave people would go buy a bunch of cars, or I'd just make my own. Grew up from the heart, or the place where you make your own. But I got this. Thanks, Frangine. Advice from a horse: take life's hurdles in stride, loosen the reins, be free spirited, keep the burrs from under your saddle, carry your friends when they need it, keep stable, gallop to greatness. Yeah, I got denied 2 times from a job at Gallup. I don't have the mindset they have. Everything's a club. All jobs, they're all a club. And if like you fit in, and if you know, if you're gonna, be. I never fit in at any organization that I ever worked for, so it worked out that I became Mom's caregiver because she's a better employee than any other employee I have. Because they just all freaking I always been in bro clubs, man. I was in the Air Force 6 years. I worked at, Corp USA, West Corp USA, which bullshit. That ain't the freaking nasty. I saw freaking porn on their shit all the time. It's just like, dude, you guys make so much money. Go buy your own freaking laptops, your own computer, and freaking put all this nasty shit on that. It was disgusting. I hated working there and touching their perverts freaking keyboards and stuff like that. Oh, disgusting. And then when I worked in the hospital, and there's not egos in the medical system. That's why that's why people are opting out to just dying, because you can't even people can't even afford medical procedures anymore because they're freaking, hi little bugger guy. What are you doing? What are you? You're cute. What are you? You gonna say hi? There's a camera. Just don't bite me. You bite me and then you die. It's a thing, you don't get to touch me. Like a little remote control dude. Just kidding. I watch too many shows. I'm like, oh, what if that's a real thing? Runaway. 1984 Tom Selleck movie with Gene Simmons. That doesn't happen. Elon Musk doesn't want to make that stuff happen. If it looks like a muskrat, I can't stand that dude, man. That guy freaking so creeps me out. He feels like a bunch of those creepy dudes that I always worked with in those big companies. An ego's an ego, and when people can do what they want, they will do what they want, and they don't care about human life, and they don't care about spirits, and they don't care that there's people that have families that are attached to these they don't care. They're just all about numbers and profits and serving their dark lords. And today's the Equinox. Today is we're coming into it's Libra season, and balance. People are calibrating. They're coming into their balance, and they already picked their side. People have already picked. It's yeah, you can come back over anytime you want, but at this point, it's only going to be harder to prove yourself if you're true or not. If you're just freaking, changing teams to freaking, get yourself out of hot water. I know that's how I know it took me a lot of years because people are really good at faking it, but I know when people really want to change and they really want to live for God and things like that, and then they're just like, oh, I'll do whatever I can do to get the heat off. I know the difference, and it is freaking disgusting. Like what they I think it's just interesting to see all the gazillions of dollars that they blow on ego shit. Like it's like, I haven't tracked sports ever, really, but I paid attention to them enough just to have conversations and fit in with people at the water cooler and shit like that. And but it's like, because you want to talk to people in areas like that, you gotta freaking dumb it down and talk about the stupid shit they like talking about. And so like $2 billion stadium they just built in Las Vegas because the Raiders bounce around all over. I'm like, they did that in the 80s. They were LA, Oakland. It's just like, and that's still 2020, and and still billions of dollars are being pumped into that and people aren't even watching. People aren't even, I mean, it's like, they're freaking, it's because now it's like, can I just get a trailer to live in? Can I just have a little because people don't want to be a part of, because we're going to 2 different Earths. I don't want to be a part of no stupid freaking smart cities run by idiots. I don't want that. I want some shoddy freaking, internet service out in the sticks, and then freaking build my wares and exchange my goods and help people and teach people how to freaking be self-sufficient and not have to rely on any. Because dude, they're millionaires. They're millionaires, and they don't care about poor people, and they never have. And and people still like, I voted today. That's great. Is it getting any better yet? I mean, I think it is, because freaking DT's freaking draining the swamp. He's draining the swamp. He knows who the freaking nasty ones are, so. Anyway, I'm gonna head inside, make sure Mom's okay. She's had kind of a rough day. It's what I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.